Hey guys, this is the 7th episode of my level editor tutorial series, where in my last episode I went over how to do a directional movement for your playing of your level. I'm gonna really quickly just see how long it is. Yeah, so it also goes over how to make the game playable. So if you haven't gotten the tile generation yet, go back and watch like the first 5 minutes of the video, so you can look at the tile gen, and you can get the always just watch the video so you can get all the stuff that's needed, and then come back to this one. Even if you're not going to do any 8-directional movement, you're going to need all of these events. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy over my 8-directional movement, and I'm going to call it, what is it? Platform. Platform movement. This isn't by far, it's not just like there we go. It's gonna set this to when fire button is replace, when joystick read joystick state, fire button 1 is pressed. I'm gonna delete, gonna set player image, gonna add an ultra value called jump. You're gonna set jump to however long you want to jump. Mine's gonna be 32, and I'm gonna insert a new event that is if jump is greater than 1 or greater than 0 even. Gonna ultra values subtract 1 from jump, and start loop move up 3 times. So what this means is move down very quickly for some reason. Oh, I know why. I have to deactivate my 8-directional movement. There. So now I can't move up, but if I push button 1, which I think is shift, that seems like far too long. Oh. I'm subtracting from scroll X, not jump. There we are. So if I come down here and I jump, I jump a little bit. I think I'm going to go ahead and create a platform. I'm going to make a platform level very quickly. Why didn't that create a level? Strange. I'm gonna add a workaround to this, show how to do it. Add a global value, call it new level. When button clicked, set new level to 1. And then create the file. No. Global value, new level is 1, and the file exists. Then restart. doesn't create the file, that's why. Okay. Now let's try apply from. There we go. Nope, don't install. Edit level. So I'm gonna go ahead and make some grass. Just a little grass platform here. And I'm gonna add some water. Just give me a second. There we go. And I will save, exit. So there's my level. So play level. Play level button doesn't work. I don't know why I didn't make it work. Group events, play level. I'm gonna drag over from it's basically the same thing except changing the frame to play instead of edit. There we go. So if I jump, and so yeah, that's basically like, that's really the only difference is jumping and having gravity instead of having up and down. So I'm going to go back to the physics, which is the custom movement. Move up. So now I just have to get rid of move down, which is right here. And say insert group events gravity. Gonna bring it up. Right here, and then say if jump equals 0, then why do you get rid of move down? If jump equals 0 and these are both not overlapping, actually no, just if jump equals 0, because it'll get way too complicated and have like 16 events, just to save like a couple kilobytes of RAM. And anyway, if jump equals 0, then run move down. Move down 3 times. Oh, it's the wrong map. Let me shrink this. Play level. There we go. I'm going to show how to make a double jump. Because like right now I can jump for forever. You're going to add another alter value to the player image, call it jump count. And when fire 1 is pressed, you're going to alter value add 1 to jump count. And all you have to do is insert and say alter value jump count is lower than, I'll say 2, because I only want you to be able to jump twice. And then when you hit the floor from gravity, meaning stop, loop, move down, either of those, I'm going to go ahead and say alter value set jump count to 0. So now I can, oh, wrong map again. Nope, exit, platform, play. So I can jump, jump, and then I can't jump again. If I can, let me, freaking sticky keys that nobody uses.
Ease of access center.
Go away. So as you can see, I'm okay. So that works. Hooray. So that was really fast. It was only 10 minutes to do that. Now, there's one thing that we have to work on, and that is scrolling, because as you saw, if I play my platforming level, if I go all the way over here, the screen doesn't scroll, which is not good, because if the screen doesn't scroll, oh, and one more quick thing, if you want to say on loop move down, copy this just all the way down here, get rid of all these. Basically, if you fall off a cliff, you don't want to be able to jump twice. So if you're on loop move down and jump equals 0, alter value set jump to 1, or jump count to 1. Jump count. So, oh, interesting. To play, so I can jump once, jump twice, or jump once, jump. That's strange. Yeah, so it's constantly setting it to 1. Let me get rid of this. Because you should still stop moving. Go down slowly. That's strange. Oh well. Yeah, so I'll look into it, but basically, if you fall off, if you run off a cliff, then you'll be able to jump twice. That's, as for now, I don't really have a way to get around that. Like, yeah. But yeah, anyway, scrolling. Basically, for the tile gen, we're going to need, I think, 2 more. So instead of 39, you need 41. And instead of 22, you need 24. And then on tile gen Y, you need the X and Y position to be set to the loop index -1, so you can have a -1 and -2, or -1 on both of them, not -2. And then this, you need -1 and -1. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make play be 64 bigger on both axes. So that is 1344 by 784. Good. And we're going to say, I'll add a group scrolling, because scrolling on a custom map is much different than just scrolling on a pre-built map, because on a level editor's map you don't know how big or small the map is going to be, meaning if you have a really big map, it's going to destroy your RAM, because it's going to try to calculate the position of like hundreds of thousands of different objects. So we're going to need to do custom scrolling. But anyways, always scrolling center window position and frame relative to the smiley face, which is good. So it does scroll 64 in both directions. This basically means that you can have, because we now have two more on, or one more on each side, up, down, left, and right. We have a border outside, and we're basically going to detect our position and then teleport us back. We're going to teleport stuff. We're going to move stuff. If position, test position, or no, position, Y position is greater than frame width divided by 2 plus 32. Position, set Y position to his position minus 32. And values, add 1 to scroll X, and then I'm going to go same thing with lower than half the frame minus 32, and then we're going to add 32 to his position and subtract 1 from, or add -1 to scroll X. We're also going to get this new picture thing right here and always set that to the new picture, so that basically, you see as we move, it's like kind of taking them off and it's adding them back on. That we basically have to sync up so that it's in the correct position. And then the one thing we also need is if it's lower than that and his ultra value scroll X is greater than 0. So now it won't scroll, but as soon as we get this far, it'll start scrolling. It jumps around a little bit, but if you copy this down, I'm gonna reactivate my 8 directional movement and deactivate platform movement. But if you have platform movement and have platforming level set to the default, then you can just leave it at that. So like as I start walking, it'll jump around, which I'm going to fix next. Just copy this down here and then get rid of it on always. So now nothing even, you can't even tell that it's jumping around, and it scrolls infinitely. Like if I were to, and I'm gonna do 2 more just before I continue, and it's just going to be the Y position. So replace position, y position is greater than frame height divided by 2 plus 32. Then we're going to get rid of, going to add 1 to scroll y and insert ultra value or position, set y position to his y position minus 32. I think that's correct. That is correct. Okay, and then copy that down and change this to -1 and change this to plus 32, and then copy this down, make it lower than minus, and scroll y has to be bigger than 1. So now, if I go ahead into test, edit the level, make it bigger, I can scroll down a little bit. I'll take some water. I'll turn on the grid. Go ahead, make a little circle. And make a little happy face. So if I save and exit, I can play the level. And as you can see, when I come down, it does indeed scroll. I'm jumping around a little bit because this is out of order. You want to have center display at the bottom. So the red things are jumping around, but you won't be able to see it while you're playing the game. And it's also deleting them too early, so does it do that over here? Oh, you can't tell. Let me add something over to the side. Because if it's doing that over there, then oh. There. Yeah. I think it's because this has to be I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna just get rid of the plus. I don't think it'll work though. It does a bit. Oh, is there just too many objects? Yeah, there are. That's why. So, click the frame, go to the play, and then set it to just like 2000. Then when you play, it doesn't render all. Huh. That's interesting. I guess I'll just add one more. So make it 42 and 25. And it should render enough off screen so that, yeah, good. So now you can have an infinitely scrolling level going on. However, if you wanted the maximum size to be 10 million, you could make a file that was 10 million and it would keep going for forever. I'm going to go back to the level editor, or first level select, copy this from edit level, paste it there, and then just set it to there, so because I made the mistake of I picked a level that didn't exist, and so it wouldn't let me, it just teleported me into a blank space. But yeah, it works perfectly. There's no problems with it, which is awesome. So there you go, guys. I'm going to do a little continuation of this with the level editor to add a couple more features to it in the next video, and then after that I think we will be done. Thanks for watching.